Hi traders, it's Harry again. Hope you're keeping well. So the USD card trade that I showed you earlier today, I just hit a profit. Profit hit and trade closed. Okay, so now I'm gonna take off this to the lines that I drew, the demand zone lines. So just taking that out. So I'm back to teach to educate you about the leg 2 as promised. So if you've not seen this video, I'll put a description below. Yeah, the first video that is where I spoke about this trade that I took. I moved the trade to break even this morning, and right now the 100 pips as profit has been taken. Okay, so I get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Job done. So I'm back to, like I promised, to talk about this leg here, this second leg here. Okay. So now we have our three. So we have a 1, a 2. Now we have our 3 now. So what I'll do is I'll put a 3 there. Okay. So the next move for USD card is a correction. Yeah. So we need to see a correction for 4. All right. So we need to see something like this. Yeah. We need to see something like this. Okay. For 4. All right. So this 4 should not trade anywhere. I just put a straight line. We should not trade anywhere near 1.3630300. Yeah. Okay. So so if you're looking to go long, you have to go long. Put your stops below this 1.36300. All right, but we're not talking about the leg 4. We'll leave the leg 4 for now. But if you're looking at entering USD cards, not yet. If you're on the trade already, take your profit. All right, and close this because we need a retracement to correct this move up. Okay. There may be a possibility of an extension of 3, another move up for 3, but it won't go too far before it dies down. Yeah, and this is the benefit of Elliot wave. Yeah, you know where if you know your accounts very well, you'll be able to forecast the market so easy. All right, so today now I'm back to talk about this leg 2. Yeah, so leg 2 of Elliot wave. So in leg 2 you have a 335. Yeah, so a 335 is, I use this space here. So you have something like this. Just bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So these are the 3 types of structures that you will see in the leg 2. All right. These are the 3 types of structures that you would see in your leg 2. Okay, so all these are 335. All right, so what do I mean by a 335? So basically this first leg down must contain 3 waves down. Yeah, so you can only find this in your leg 2, your leg 4, or at the end of leg 5. Yeah, all right, so but let's concentrate on leg 2 first. Like I said, we'll do 3, we'll do 4, and we'll do 5. Okay, so we've done 1. Yeah, I'm sure by now you know how to identify your leg one. So this is your leg two. So in your leg two, you can only find flat. So what we call a flat. So a flat is a 3-3-5 pattern. Okay. So this in front of you here is the three types of flat that we have. Yeah. So these are the three types of flat that we have. So the first one to my left, this one right here, is called an expanded flat. Yeah, an expanded flat because right here we have a 1, a 2, and a 3 leg down. And then your B, sorry, so this would be your A. And then your B would be another A, B, C. So 3 leg up, yeah, for your B. And then this C leg has to be a 5 leg down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg down. And this will be your C. Okay, so the characteristics, the I find it difficult to pronounce this word. So the characteristics of um of an expanded flat is that your B your B must 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 go above where your A started from. Yeah, so your B have to go above, must go above where the A started from. Yeah, usually it is a 1.236 fib extension of your A. All right. So, and then your C leg must go below A. All right, or should go below A. All right. So this is your expanded flat. Okay, so that is the characteristics of your expanded flat. Okay, so I hope that is that I hope you understand that explanation. All right, so this would then be your A in 3 leg, B 3 leg, and your C in 5 legs down. Okay, so this is your correction. You can find this in your second leg. All right, so this is expanded flat. The middle one, this one right here, is called a regular flat. A regular flat is where you have your first leg down is 3, the second leg up is 3, and your third leg down is 5. Okay, so the characteristics of regular flat is that your B must not go above the origin of A. So where the A started from, which is there, your B should not exceed that this line here where the A started from. And your C also has to close before your A. Yeah, so your C must not cross your A. But in rare occasion, it does happen. All right, but these are the rules. Okay, so again, you have don't know what happened there. Sorry guys, not sure what I clicked. So I just go back. Oh dear. Okay, sorry, not sure what happened there. Right, so yeah, so your B should not go above your where the A started from, the origin of A, and your C also has to be 5 leg down. So 3, 3, 5. Okay. Again, use your ABC tool. So this will be your A, this will be your B, and this will be your C leg down. All right. So this is called a regular flat, and this is called an expanded flat. And the last one is called a running flat. A running flat, your first leg down for A also contains a 3 leg down, and then your B leg contains a 3 leg down, and your B leg must cross the origin of your A, and then your C must not go, your C, which is a 5 leg down, must not go below your A. Okay, so that's the difference between a running flat and expanded flat. The difference is your C leg. Yeah, expanded flat, your C goes below the A, and regular flat, your C stays above the A. All right. So again, they are all 3-3-5 patterns, and you can find these corrective patterns in leg 2. Okay, so like I said, we're only talking about leg 2, we're not talking about leg 4. Yeah, you can find them on 4 as well, but for now we're concentrating on 2. Okay, because leg 4 correction is different from leg 2. Okay, so in leg 2 we can also find another corrective pattern called the zigzag. Okay, so this first correction that we spoke about, this one right here, is called a flat. Okay, and these are the 3 types of flats. Okay, if you want to learn more, you go on YouTube, Google them, read about them, expanded flats, regular flats, and running flats. Okay, and the explanation will be the same thing I just told you now. All right, but on the internet you see examples. All right, so I'm going to show you examples as well as we progress in this channel. So these are the 3 types of flats. You can find them in your leg 2. So another corrective structure you can find in your leg 2 is called a zigzag. A zigzag. Yeah. So a zigzag is a 5-3-5 pattern, and a flat is a 5-3-5-3-5 pattern. Okay, 5-3-5 pattern. All right. So the zigzag is a beg your pardon. Flat is a 3-3-3-5 pattern, and zigzag is a 5-3 and a 5 pattern. Okay, so you can also find this in your leg 2. And zigzag is basically you have a 5 leg down, wrong 2, sorry. So you have a 5 leg down, and then you have a 3 leg up, and then you have a 5 leg down. Okay, now the characteristics of zigzag is that your first leg down must contain a 5 leg down. Okay, and this 5 leg has a rule. Just like an impulsive move, the 3 has to be the biggest move. The 2 must not go below or above where the 1 started from. Yeah, so those are the rules. And the B must not cross above the top where the A start, where the 5 leg down started from. Yeah, this B leg should not go above it. Okay, so normally with a fib extension, the B leg is between 0.5 to 0.854, or sorry, 0.874 rather. Yeah. So but must not exceed that high there. And your C is a 5 leg down. Okay, 5 leg down must go below A. Okay, so you have something like this. I will show you examples on the chart when I do see them. All right, so that's ABC. Okay, so these are the two types of correction that you can find in the leg 2. Okay, but in general we have three types of corrective structures. So we have the flat, we have the zigzag, and then we have the triangle. Okay, so those are the three types of corrective patterns that we have in Elliot wave principle. Saying that we can have a double corrective patterns. For example, we can have a zigzag and a flat together, and you can find this a lot in your leg 4. That's why I said 4 is a different corrective pattern. Yeah, because we tend to see double corrections in the leg 4. Okay, so I hope this makes sense so far. So let's talk about this leg 2, what we have here. So what we had here. So what we had here. So from what you know so far, that you have a 3-3-5 corrective pattern, which is flat, and in the flat you have regular, you have expanded, and then you have your running flats. Okay, and also you have a zigzag. So I'll give you I'll pause the video here for 5 seconds for you to see if you can identify what structure is this based on what I just spoke about. Okay, so if you say it's a 3-3-5, then you are right. But then the 3-3-5, are you able to identify if it is a running flat, an expanded flat, or a regular flat? Okay, so if you say a regular flat, then you are right. Yeah. So here we have our initial 3 leg down. So you had your 1, you had your 2, and then you had your 3. Yeah. So this will be your A. That's a part A. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. And then for your B leg, you have your A here, you have your B here, and then you have your C here, which is your B. As you can see, this your C here did not go above the origin of the first leg down. Yeah, it didn't. All right. So a this is a regular flat. Yeah. So where you had your first leg down for 3, your second leg up here for 3, and then your final leg down here for C. So with the final leg down, you need to get a 5 leg down before you can confidently say that this is a final corrective leg. It has to be a 5 leg down. So if you count this leg down this high here, you will see that you had a 1, a pullback for 2. The pullback did not go above where the 1 started from. Yeah, as you can see. So that's your 2. Okay, and then you had all this down here for 3, and then you had your pullback for 4. Yeah, and then you had the final leg down for 5. Okay, so this is a 3, and then a 5 flat correction. Okay, so once you've seen this, the correction is complete, and we do not go below the origin of this one here. Yeah, then then you're confident that all this has completed. Yeah, and then you can take your trades based on what I showed you yesterday. All right, so how do you know where to So basically, we can tell, we can have an idea where we expect this to finish. Yeah. So once you've identified the first three leg down and your second three leg up, then you can measure using your fib extension, and then it will project an area where you know that the market would likely stop before it start going to an opposite direction. So what you need to do is you grab your fib extension tool, your trend-based fib extension, you measure from the start of your three leg down. So the start of A, yeah, which was here, this high here, yeah. You start from there to where your first three ended. So your A, where your A ended, which was this low here, yeah, and then you drag it up to where your B completed, which was right here, yeah, and then all you need to do is to leave the fib, yeah. So where you look to take a trade is between 1.0 to 1.618. Okay, so if you double click on this, you can choose the fibs. So the fib number that you need is, you need a 0.618, you need a 1, you need 1.618, yeah, and you need 1.236. So these are the four fibs that you need to identify your corrections. Okay, the rule is that your correction must not trade below 1.618, which is this my green line here. Yeah, so you should not see a close. For example, this, we should not see a bearish close below 1.618. If you see that, then this won't be this is possibly not a corrective pattern. Yeah, it's possibly an impulsive leg to the downside. Okay, so for example, this here, as you can see, we did not close below 1.618. We had rejections. All right, so this then gives you the confidence that the two corrective pattern ended there. All right, so all you need to do after this bullish candle right here, then you take your trade. That was what I did, and then I went off at before 1.618, which is our trade, right there. Okay, so excuse me. So that is how to identify um, your corrective pattern for two. Saying that, like I said, we can also have a zigzag here, which is a 5. So this would then be a 5 leg down, a 3 leg up, and then a 5 leg down. Okay, so if you see a 5 leg down, a 3, and a 5, then it is a zigzag and not a flat. All right, so I hope that makes sense. That is how to identify your leg 2. Okay, so the next lesson will be the leg 3. All right, okay, thank you for watching. God bless.